dynamic control at the piano, or playing loud and soft, is a really important thing to get good at. And even if you think you're never going to do it, I know you can. It isn't hard to do, it just is time consuming to get there. So you definitely can do this. The first thing to do, we're going to do 3 different exercises. The first one is just taking each hand separately and just taking one finger. You can even just like make a little curve with your finger here just to get a little bit more control of the finger. You don't have to do it this way, you can use any of the fingers. I'm going to show it just by using my 3rd or 2nd finger here. And what we're going to do is just play any note. I'm playing middle C. We're going to start soft by just like playing slowly into the key here. Just slowly pushing the key down. Now the problem here is when you think slow, it will slow down your playing. So we're going to talk about that later. And then we're going to gradually play a little bit louder, which means increasing the velocity of the key. And you'll notice that it's getting louder each time you do this, as long as you have a real piano or a keyboard that is able to do dynamic control. You do the same thing with both hands. Make sure that you can do this with your left hand. Start quiet, get a little bit louder each hit. The next thing we're going to do is you're going to take all your fingers and put them in a 5-finger position. I'm just on C, D, E, F, G. You don't really need to see what notes I'm playing. This is why I'm not showing the MIDI keyboard this time, and just a slightly closer view of my hand. And we're going to play quietly with all 5 fingers. And we're going to pick a very specific tempo. So if you need to, use a metronome. I'm playing quietly. Now what you want to do is gradually increase the volume, which means gradually increasing the velocity at which you hit the notes. It takes a little more muscle each time you want to get louder. Something to remember, this is another technique, is after you have hit the key, remember that you do not have to maintain that push on the key, so you don't have to keep pushing down. Do the same thing with the left hand. I'm going to do this a little bit quicker. Now, there is no specific number of times you need to do this, just gradually get louder. And we're going to do actually 2 more exercises. Now, this one is going to be more on the control of each hand. So once you get the hang of being able to do that with each hand separately, do the same thing with hands together. And then we're going to take one note again. And we're going to start quiet with each hand. Now what we're going to do is gradually get louder with your right hand. But try to keep the left hand quiet. Now get quieter again with the right hand. Now if you found this difficult, that's okay. I expect it to be difficult at first. Once you get the hang of that, switch it. Left hand gets louder. The reason for this is we need to have control of the dynamics in each hand separately so that melodies can come out over harmonies. Then we're going to, once you get the hang of that, and try that with different fingers, is we're going to do the same 5-finger exercise here with both hands, starting quiet. Now let the right hand gradually get louder, while the left hand stays quiet. Now get quieter with the right hand. Now once you get this down, do the same thing with the left hand getting louder. Eventually, you'll be able to incorporate this somewhat easily into the music that you're playing. Remember that all of these techniques that I show are not instant. These are going to take time and some effort, and you want to try to work on these every day if you can. Let's say you work at practicing 3 times a week. Every single time you practice, make sure to work on these techniques and not just your music that you're working on. Try to incorporate it into your music. If you really get bored doing exercises, then try to do the exercises as part of the music you're working on. So if you're working on For Elise and it sounds like, then try to work on, okay, maybe I can make the left hand quieter. Or maybe think of it as the right hand louder. It really doesn't matter how you think of it as long as it works for you. Thanks, and subscribe and leave me any comments you might have or any questions you might have in the comments too. And I'd be glad to answer them.